judgment of why America continues. The judgment of why America continues. Now, Allah has visited America to be pledged with too much rain will destroy property. Once they find out that rain is a destruction to army with itself, the dreadful days of the Lord has now come to America, the land and people who worship evil, robbery, murder, rape, famine, deceits are the order of the day in America. If there's anything like a God of righteousness, if there's anything like a God of truth, should not he raise himself up and take a place and put an end to such evil as now going on in America? People cannot walk the streets of America today without subjecting themselves to robbery, murder, rape. We see America is a wicked land. Everyone's against the other. Righteousness, justice, freedom, and despise is fought against, regardless to the clear knowledge of God's hourly punishment and destruction of America by his divine pledge of storm. But this is as it is written of America in the book of Revelation. In the Bible, they continue their evil ways and did blasphemy to God who have power over the pledges. They hate the name of Allah, the Great. They hate the name of his messengers. But nevertheless, that does not stop the judgment and destruction of America. Look at the wicked devil in Alabama. They are against us while we are trying to be at peace with them. But there is no peace in them. We have done nothing to them. They are against us because the idea that we are Muslims, black people. The white man have his way of ruling the black people for so long that he thinks that he still has the power to do so, while in reality, the white man have come to an end of his time, of his powers, to rule the black people. Regardless to Allah, God, retaliation to the white man for his evil act done to the black man, the white man still keeps inviting retaliation of Allah, God. The white man must remember that he cannot win today over Allah, God, and his service. We have power over the faction. See, the judgment of America. The judgment have come to you, America. Whom to you who seeks to fight against Allah, God, and against his aim and purpose. Whom to you, America. Allah, God, has made you blind to his judgment, and therefore you are committing suicide. He has made you blind on purpose to give you the full dose of his wrath. When man does not know the danger of fire, then he can fall headlong into it. America has mistreated the black man for 400 years, and she does not think that there is ever a God who accept for black slave or return on the head the injustice done to a black slave. This is the day and time in which America can benefit for what Allah God have revealed to me and from the work that I'm doing amongst my black people, turning them from doing evil into righteousness, as it is written In the Bible, Babylon could have been healed, and there was a possible chance for healing if she had not gone to extreme by making fun of the God of the Jews and their temple in Jerusalem and belittling the power of the God of the Jew to retaliate. The Bible prophesies of the pledge that will come upon America, and these pledges, my brothers and sisters, are coming on America now, and yet she will not repent. So we see the Great Depression, the great disaster that is coming here to America, the great commodity, the time we live in, brothers and sisters, is a time that you can't put off. A time we live in that you may think that there's another 20 years, 15, 10 years. The time is not far. We are living in the end. Now, I want to say, even though the black slave wants to go from America, she wants to hold on to him. And America does not want to let her black slave go. See, America holds the black slave for a prey. Whom to America, her days has arrived. She will not heed the warning. I beg her to let us be separate from her on a little territory and a state to ourselves. And let us be responsible for our own survival, only to get out from under her injustice. But she refused. So it was with Pharaoh and the time of Moses that I went down to Egypt to make Israel, her enemies, the Egyptian, an example for future people, so that this may serve as a sign of what we see going on in America today. Now, the four great judgments that allowed God promised to destroy America, which are now coming upon her: hail, snow, drought, earthquakes. Allah God has reserved his treasure of snow and ice to be used against this wicked country of America in the days of battle and war. These are some of Allah God's weapons, the storms that we see going on. You never seen anything like this. You never seen rain before. They think that this is a once in a lifetime event. See, they see this as 50,000 years, but we see it at hand. You see, the white man of America, he's not blind today, brothers and sisters. He's not ignorant. He has known these prophecy of his doom for a long time before we knew it. You see, for the white man translate the Bible, he knows what he puts in his translation of that which was in the Bible. We see this judgment of America, all love and respect of the wicked have gone from them. They do not love each other nor respect each other. They have pulled off their clothes and disgraced themselves. We see this is also a pledge, my brothers. You see, this is also a pledge. So we see this four great judgment that Almighty God has brought is hail, snow, rain, earthquakes. You see, the judgment of this America, see, all will love, the respect of the wicked have gone from them. We see they do not love each other, nor do they respect each other. They have pulled off their clothes and disgrace themselves. This is also a pledge. You see, some of these white people rehearsing the cage days of their fathers, and they are not ashamed to do so. You see, they come out with long straggly hair as their fathers did in his days of the cage. See, this Allah God forcing this white man to bear him witness that they really wants the caveman. Yet, a few foolish, unlearned black people follow the white man. See, it is shame to pull off their clothes and grow hair down their backs and over their face by misleading this black man and to fall in the ways of the white man cage days. See, a white man again telling the world how he had deceived the black man is now making the black man manifest that he is too weak to seek his own. For nearly 40 years, I have been preaching to the black man in America that we should accept our own instead of the black man going into the decent side of his own. He goes back seeking transitional Africa in the way they did in their jungle life and the way you see in uncivilized parts of Africa today. They are not using barber tools, sneers, razors to keep themselves looking identified as a civilized people should look. See, the black man in America accept the jungle life thinking that they would get the love for black Africa. See, black brothers and black sisters wearing these savage dress and hairstyles would not get you the love of Africa. The identified people of Africa are neither Muslim or educated Christian. Africa today does not want Christianity. And I think that you would get a home in Africa after this war if you are a Christian. Get a home after a war, you will have to be a Muslim. The judgment of America. She is made manifest, as it is written, we see in the Bible and Revelation. She is a cage of every unclean and hateful bird, every unclean and hateful human being. America, America, your days have come for the evil done to your black slave. See, America, you cannot repay the evil with another evil trying to tempt this black slave by offering them your white woman. See, that does not help you in this day, but it does condemn you as being a double crosser. That you even offer your black one slave, your girls and women, to do with them as they please, if they'll just follow you. The judgment of America. Babylon could have been healed, but she was not. See, Babylon could have been healed, but why she was not? Because she persecuted the Jews. See, America could have been healed, but she refused because of the mistreatment. Now we see this country of America is just beginning to experience sorrows and mourning and grief and distrust for the anger of God and man. We see, according to both of the Holy Quran and the Bible, there will be plenty more of the same. In these two books, we see one can easily find everything foretold that is happening today. The time will grow so terrible, son, that according to the Holy Quran, children will become gravehead. And according to the Bible, great heart failures will become a disease upon the people who have the anger of God, the American people. The fourth beast in the revelation of John and the Bible, in which Daniel described as a well-dressed, well-armed beast, working order of death upon the weak, refers to America. She had no respect for the poor, the unfortunate. Daniel's description, every rib between the teeth of the beast, and the reference to this ill treatment, we see suggestion, ruthless behavior by the devil to our people. This America Latin's poor with heavy sentences, long prison term, refused to let the prisoners go free. You see, their stock markets are going up and lots are being shared. You think this would make everything all right, but there's only a lull before the storm. You see, the storm can be delayed in every hour of the day that can be delayed, but it's up to them to make good this day. You see. See, this is why I say starting May 27th, there's going to be a civil war breakout. Their own people going to realize that the American government, politicians, world leaders is not for actually American people. There's chaos going to break out. The Great Depression, the apocalypse. See, they are coming and cutting down people, Social Security and food stamps. All that's happening right now. So what are you going to do? See, there's going to be a war in the making. The Great Depression. Now, this beast we see, the white man, lies and waits around the black man home and prowls the streets at night and wait for an excuse to wreak his ruthlessness on his poor prey, the black man. If the black man raised a hand to protect and defend himself, he is shot dead, unable to defend himself against these false charges. This beast keeps our people in sorrow and unhappiness by depriving them of equal opportunity. The black man wages are calculated by right wicked accountants, preventing the so-called nickel from saving by skyrocketing in the views of the poor of the price of the necessary of life. This right beast persecute, imprison, and kill those who preach freedom and justice for the poor, so-called nickel. The white man does not want this so-called nickel to leave America, but she will not divide the spoil of America, the country which she has taken by force of arm and killing its owners, the Indians, with them. See, this beast set up evil to be allies as a god. She discussed good with evil, and she covered the earth with filth, making it fascinating, so that man will bow down and worship evil for good. She set brothers against brothers for joy, and then she kills both of them. See, this is like The Purge. If you ever saw The Purge, this like the movie The Purge. Home to America, the murderers and deceivers of the people. See, the God, the justice and truth has pronounced a judgment against you, and by no means will you escape. See, you have made mockery of him, God, and his people, his words, the truth. You have been judged and found wanting to the so-called American Negro, the lost and now found members of the black nation of the earth. Come unite with Allah and me. Go to your own. You won't have to go anywhere if you only unite with your own. See, heaven awaits you wherever you may be. America surrounded with the judgment of Allah. The four great judgment that Allah, God, is bringing upon America are rain, hail, snow, and earthquakes. Surah chapter 13:41. We have visited the land and curtained it from its sides. We see them now covering all sides of America as the Holy Quran prophesies, curtain her on all her sides. And these judgments will push the people into the center of the country, and they will realize that it's Allah God who is bringing them and a country to a nothing. Job in the Bible prophesies that Allah God has the snow and ice to use as his weapons in the days of war and battle against the wicked. We hear and read in the newspaper today of how great hail like little mountains of snow are pushing down from the north, not only in the northern states of Minnesota, North and South Dakota, Montana, but now the snow is in the New England states, and they are declared to be disaster areas. The announcer of the disaster of the snow in the New England states says that there had never been such great quantity of snow, all up and down the coast of the Carolina. The rain takes up where the snow leaves off. All around the southern borders of America, storms are raging. They are tornadoes and heavy rain, and more storms on the way, one right after another. You see, one right after another. There are tornadoes and heavy rain, and we see there's more storms, my brothers and sisters, that's on its way. We see one right after another. In the north, we see, and far west, in the east, we see America is surrounded with the judgment of Allah, God. So America is surrounded with the judgment of Allah, God. There are earthquakes and the seas is raging. The Pacific Ocean is now angry and raging and tossing up great waves as never before. Why should these things hit America? The Revelation teach you why. It is because while America is filled with devils, and as such unclean person living in America. That is true. Under hateful birds. See, every filthy, shameless, wicked person comes here for a haven, where they can do any wickedness he wants to do, and a country opens and welcomes that type of person. As we see, the few little Muslims who name Muslim means those who have submitted to the will of Allah God. How the enemy hates us and seeks to do all evil he possibly can against us by falsehood. But we have a God, and he's the best planner, knowing their thoughts before there was ever made. We have a God that will fight our fight. We have a God that will deliver us in a detrimental time. See, these are not the days of Noah, Lot, Abraham, nor are these the days of Moses. See, these are new times. See, the enemy does not get away in punishing the righteous just because he hates them. We see Allah God just laugh at them. See, he'll have you crazy. See, in Psalms chapter 2, verse 4, he will sit in the heavens and he shall laugh. He'll have you in humiliation. See, Allah, the God of righteousness, is with us. And he just laugh at those who try to fight against him. See, he will have destroyed the whole nation with less than the power of rain you see. Hail, snow, earthquakes. See, the Holy Quran has the record of people even being destroyed. See, Allah, God, does not have to have something great. He does not have to go to work and get a block of iron or a mountain and throw it on them. He used that which is with you, against you. The force of nature are great weapons as we see them in play upon America. Storm after storm, or ice are rolling in from the north and are pushing great drift that are just coming up everything. What can you do with a God like that? See, Job prophesies that Allah God has his weapons stored up to use in the days of battle and war with the wicked. It just takes some snow and cover them up. You see, he just takes some snow and cover them up. The Holy Quran says that Allah God destroyed people with just cold wind. He froze them. Do you think that you can get away with fighting Allah God? No wonder the second song says that he will sit in the heaven and laugh at those who are trying to fight against him. He'll have you crazy. It is true. The heads of the Christian world are confused, and they do not know that they are confused. Why? Because the great desire was to confuse us. Now Allah God has taken the confusion out of us and put it into them. Eat, America. Help yourself to the desert that you have prepared for us. You eat it All praise are due to Allah God, who came in a person, a master Falah, Muhammad. We went to Alabama and to any states that we go to. We pay high price per acre of land that our father labor has already brought for us. Now he wants to kill us if we act humble and peaceful and want to buy back some of our own labor. See, I laugh at some of these things that I hear coming out of Alabama, and not only in Alabama, but in every state in the union. See, they do not know the time in which they are living. A lot of God is well able to take the country from you and give it to whom he pleases. It is in your Bible. Read it for yourself. He took the kingdom from the wicked and gave it to whom he pleases, those who will bring people into righteousness. America is surrounded with the judgment of Allah. The four great judgment of rain, hail, snow, and earthquakes, and the confusion and the head of states. The four great judgment of America. To be pledged with too much rain will destroy properties and lives. It swells the rivers and creeks. Too much rain floods cities and towns. Large body of water at the ocean shoreline will be made to swell with unusual highways, dumping billions of tons of water over the now sea shoreline. Rain destroy properties and kill cattle by drowning them in lowland. Rain destroy the hiding places of victorious beasts and reptiles, bringing them out, fighting in small towns and people homes. Rain weakens and destroys railroads and truck lines, beds, and bridges. Rain undermines foundation of all types of buildings. We see rain makes the atmosphere too heavy with moisture, causing sickness. Rain with rain can bring destruction to towns and cities, bringing various germs, causing sickness to the people. It produce unclean water by the swelling of the stream and destroying of the pure drinking water used for the health of the people. Rain is a destructive army with itself. Hailstorms are also a property and life destroyer. Snow is of the most dreaded plague when it comes in great drift from 5 to 35 feet. It buries your properties and life. It destroys your highways, your cities, and your gravel towns and cities. It put a great a burden of expense upon the city. It put a great a burden of expense upon the cities to repair it. The cage in of roofs of homes, the cutting off of homes, the cutting off of transportation, isolation areas bring about the starvation, communication destroyed with the icing of the communication wires. Snow looks pretty because of its clean look. See, almost everything of nature is beautiful, but it can be turned into death and destruction against man. Snow is prophesied to be one of the weapons that God will use against this wicked white America. Job 38:22 and 23. Hell also is mentioned in the same two verses where God plainly tells us that he had preserved it against the time of trouble, against the days of battle and war. The Holy Quran also teach us that God used snow, rain, wind, hail, earthquakes, fire against former wicked people. Is America any better than the people read about in the history that God destroyed? No, she is not as good. The people was not as wicked as the American people. See, earthquakes can destroy towns and cities instantly. America is in a grip of divine judgment. America is in a position towards a one slave, so-called, as Pharaoh was with Israel as a slave. She is in this position because an injustice done to the so-called Negro slave brought to America over 400 years ago refused to let them go free. They only said that you are free, knowing within that you are unable to lead them without anything. But the injustice continued to increase. Now they plan death. So this God was predicted by the prophet to come to the defense of this people, the so-called Negro, in the last Days after they served the enemy for 400 years, the Bible declared to Abraham in Genesis that God will judge the people to whom his people Abraham will be in bondage. This does not mean Israel. This means the present black people, the members of the black nation who have and are fulfilling the prophecy. God and the person of Master Fard Muhammad will not be defeated. See, the more evil, deceiving, tricking, making false promises to the American so-called only increases America's divine chastisement and doom. America chastisement and divine judgment. Now, America is being punished for the wrong done. America knows that her trouble lies in her mistreatment of the black man, the so-called nigga. But she is too wicked to give up tricking the nigga, deceiving him on false promises. Just cannot stop. The opportunity is to open. She thinks that there is no one to hinder her. But God has chosen us to be his people, and he delights in fighting enemy. According to the history of the former people, delights himself by going forth against them when they extended the limit. So it is with America. They must be separate. America will not agree to see the Negro separate from her until she has suffered divine punishment, as Pharaoh suffered. The same things that other evil nations suffered before them is coming upon this people. She seeks to keep her slave robbed opportunity and wealth. She envies success coming to an American Negro free slave. He charged them high prices to keep them down. She deceived them through a few of what we call Uncle Toms in the political circle class and all professional class. She offered them little favoritism to help her work against her own black people. But they too will suffer along with the enemy of justice, of the poor, so-called Negro. They must be separate. See, envy, hatred are going between the two people, regardless of their preaching of social integration. The truth must come. What is better than a program you find I had written you two black and whites cannot get along in peace, since you had never got along in peace? Do you know why white America does not like to talk about separation? And why he calls separation of the two people the wrong solution for peace between the people? He knows that is promised and that God will do it. Then why do they not agree with separating themselves from you and me and we from them? Why are the black man and white man all over the earth now in disagreement with each other to live in peace? Do you know why? Oh, foolish American so-called nickel. Seek some of this earth that you can call your own and to live on in peace. Unite and ask the government for a portion of America. This is what we need. Somewhere to live to ourselves and let the white man live to himself. See, the two people are not brothers. See, they are aliens to each other. See, God did not make them brothers to each other. I ask you, my brothers and sisters, to learn this and learn it quickly. Fly for your life to the refuge of Allah and come follow me. America lands is being divinely curtained. The Holy Quran, Surah 13:41. See that we had visited the land and curtained it of his size, and Allah pronounced a doom. There is no repeller of his decree, and he is swift and calling to account. Black man America, there is no one as blind as you are seeing what is going on against white America. I have warned you for nearly 40 years that Allah, God, and the person of Master Fard Muhammad, to whom praise are due forever, came to me and gave me the knowledge of the truth, and I have been preaching it to you continually. Now you see what is going on. As America has done, so now it's being done into her. America has surrounded the country of the people. She had blown their cities to pieces, and she had killed the inhabitants, those who was left alive. She put to flight, running from shelter, from destruction by America might. It is very sad and horrible to look at the things that America had done, which are now coming on this country. For many years, centuries of years, America lived a luxurious, wicked life by hating her black slave and depriving them of justice, shooting them down on the streets and on the highways, in the woods and fields for nothing. She did it just because she felt that she had the advantage, and she wanted to kill black people as she was made to do. Bible, Psalms chapter 10, verse 8. He sat in the lurching places of the village, in the secret places. Do he murder the innocents? His eyes are set against the poor. See, up into this very minute, she's seeking to destroy the black man in America, deprive him of freedom to do for self. America never desired the departure of the black slave from his white slave master. See, America wished only to hold the black slave in order to continue to treat him with evil. See, Pharaoh injustice to Israel and Egypt in the time of Moses to serve America as a warning. But she had fallen headlong into the destruction of Allah, God. America runs to and fro and seeking way out, but she does not try to justify the black slave for justice and equality amongst the nation of the earth. America made us into nothing, and she used us to mock us before the nation of the earth. But a God with unlimited wisdom, knowledge, and power is now befriending the black slave, and he has chosen the black slave to be his people. But the foolish black people have yet to come to that knowledge that Allah God is their best friend, and that he is here to save them from the destruction of a people who have shown evil and hatred to us all of our life. America divided us one against the other. The black man America is so divided against each other that you seek all the time to do evil against each other. You cannot even befriend them unless they take advantage of it. Call you a fool for trying to befriend them, as it was with us by Midway Technical Schools. Midway Technical Schools came to us for help, and we gave them that help to keep them from falling. It cost us $30,000 to set them free of their backwards and other bills that they had. Take a look at how they have turned on us for the purpose of wrecking all their beautiful business set up for them and others to enjoy on the south side of Chicago, Illinois. The fall of America foretold separation is the answer. The Holy Quran, Surah 81, 6, 7, and 12. And when the cities are set on fire, and when men are united, the folding up of this title is taken from this first verse of that chapter in which the above verses are found. When the sun is folded up, we see the Holy Quran, Surah 81, verse 1, prophesies the folding up of a recorded work, a record of what people have done as it used would no longer be necessary. This chapter refers to what take place in the resurrection. One party is recorded as the beginning, while the other party is continued. We see this clearly being made manifest today. War calls the destruction of civilization. War destroys the cities and towns of a nation. This chapter 81 of the Holy Quran is now being fulfilled. The sun and stars, the moons and camels, wild animals all mentioned in the first 4 verses of this chapter, and are not without. The coming of God refers to by the prophet is to unite a people who have been divided against self by the enemies. He chose these people for building a better world. The Bible Revelation refers to destruction of the beast and its chief instructor, the dragon. The name beast given here is not referred to 4-foot animal, but to a people who is like that of a savage beast. The theologians, most of them from the time of Martin Luther, who I think was the author of these terms, beast, dragon, especially the late pastor Russell, and Judge Rutherford, founder of Jehovah's Witness Act, takes the term dragon to refer to the Pope of Rome, the father of the Christian church and the Christian religion. This is the first time since we have been lost in this part of the earth that we want to unite the black nation of the earth into one under the guidance of God who is now present. Why should the master continue To deceive his slave, he teaches the slave that he's a free citizen with equality. Why do you slave master want to hold them for hostage prey? You do not need them. Your machines do the labor that the slave used to do. Why not let them go? You want to go to war against Allah and the freedom that Allah came to do for you slave before you Pharaoh had that same idea? He did not want Israel to go free in the land to themselves. Pharaoh lost the war against Allah and was drowned in the Red Sea. The loser of this war will land in a lake of fire, not water. If white America wants to free her slaves, she can easily do so. This will be simpler and easier than what she is doing, killing and provoking them through police force, National Guards, and finally the U.S. Army, as we see in Detroit, Michigan. America's actions show us two things. Firstly, she wished to cause fear amongst the so-called Negro, with a display of many deadly weapons, but Allah is moving the fear. Secondly, she fears to approach her armed slave unless she is armed. See, this has been a historical relation between the white man and the slave. The white man seeks the leaderships of the so-called Negro to help keep the dissatisfied slaves subject to him without complaint about injustice. The white man will say, nigger, you should be happy. You're better off than many of your black kind with a job. The white slave master brought our fathers here to do slave work. Our free laborers had made this white slave master richer than their brethren, Europeans. Did they offer us any of this land that they took from the Indians? The 22 million so-called Negroes should be seeking some of this earth on which to live and build an independent nation out of itself. The white slave master only offers a job. Allah God has come, and the person of Master Fala Muhammad, to whom praise are due forever, to free us. The Negro slave must be free. See, this is the meaning of the resurrection. Allah God has said to Elijah Muhammad that he intends to free the American so-called Negro at any price. For 400 years, you slave masters have been killing the so-called Negro without receiving any resistance, regardless of his peaceful way with you. We the Muslims have tried to live in peace here in America. There is not a single incident in our 36 years of history where we have ever made an aggressive move against you, but you have attacked us several times. We have proved to the world that you are impossible to live with in peace. You have condemned and killed the just and he who do not resist you. James 5:6. You have destroyed many towns, cities, and people, as you have divided the so-called one against the other. So Allah God shall divide you and your brethren. As you have done to others, so shall it be done to you. The Bible. And when the cities are set on fire, see, this is a sign of the end of you as a power. See, the house doomed to fall. We cannot deny the fact that the Christian race is responsible for this universal corruption in the land and sea. From the same corruption that their own hands have made will come their doom. The Christian preach that which they do not do and cannot do, as love your neighbor. I have yet to meet one who loves his neighbor as did himself. Thou shalt not kill. I have yet to meet such a Christian. See, they even fight against each other, rob and kill each other, but yet represent themselves as world peacemakers with whom? See, the great deceivers of the world will reap what they have sown. Had they not corrupted many people, a nation under disgust of good, peaceful, loving Christians? See, the Christian rest is full of these worst crimes, practicing evil to the fullest. So you can practice them on other nations as well. The universal temple are ever parading before the world. They both have new girls and women. They are before your eyes in almost everything. Murdering, gambling, robbery, drunkenness, drugs, adultery, lying. There is hardly any end to it. The lands and seas are filled with deadly weapons of war. The islands of the seas are filled with corruption by all the nations of earth, for they are proud and boastful, and are now hated and despised according to their wishes. The religion of Christianity is a curse to us, the black man, and is full of slavery teachings. They have poisoned the Bible with they adding to and taken from the truth. Now their doom is in sight. It is their own work. They command the sea with their powerful navies, parking them off the sword of the nations. They secure the air base on their soils to place their deadly bombs carrying planes with an easy striking distance of those whom they fear to be the enemies. Is this not the easy way to make an enemy? Is this the act of a real Christian? The follower of Jesus, whom they preached, came for the peace of mankind and to teach the seeking of the sword and the turning of the other cheek. Where is the good Christian amongst this race? They love managing other people's affairs. They are in ever fight a war if it matters not with whom or where, but yet crying peace, peace, with every deadly weapons of war to provoke other nations to war. Shall not the God of peace and justice deal with you and your troublemaking as he did with those before you? I warn every one of you, my people, fly to Allah with me for refuge. As I warn you, the judgment of this world has arrived. Get out of the slave making Christianity and to the right religion of Islam. The house you are in shall surely fall and never rise again. The destruction and fall. The destruction and fall of the world that we had known is now without a doubt in process. When we refer to the world, we are referring to the world of the white man, for the world of the black man have yet to come in. The world of the black man by divine guidance is now emerging in on the old world of the white race. This makes the destruction and fall of the world of the white man. Here in America, we cannot see nothing but the fall of America. It is no secret. It is obvious to the eyes that are open. If we want to close eyes and minds, claim that we do not see and understand, then we'll be falling ourselves. This refuse to see is foolhardy, for regardless to how we may desire to see the old world stand, we do not have the power to starve off the destruction that causes the world of this white man to fall. The destruction and power that is bringing about the fall of the world of the white man is coming from Allah God. In the past history of the world of the white man, there never was a time of destruction of his world like the present time. It is useless for you to try to prevent the fall of the white man's world. There is no checking it. The right race has not tried to do the right thing. Justice. Doing the justice would have checked her fall. The Bible, Jeremiah. But America was never willing, and even at this hour, she is not willing to do justice by those who she had mistreated. She had dealt injustice to a black one slave for nearly 500 years that she had been in a Western hemisphere. America have constantly burdened the poor black slave with every evil that she can imagine. The evil scientists who have invented more and more evil practice have not been able to prevent any more evil than that which they have already put out. Day and night, without a let up, the white man mistreat the poor black slave. And now since heaven and the God of peace, justice, freedom, equality have come to the black slave, the white man is trying to make everyone that recognize the truth deviate from it. The white man says, do not accept it. He makes the black man a hypocrite against his own starvation. The white man trolls the one who has not as yet accepted the truth of their starvation. He promised them that which he would never to be able to fulfill. America is falling. She is now losing the power and authority that she was enjoying in foreign lands. Her fall is very visible. Wherever her authorities have been exercised, and the people are now crying out in one voice, leave us, America. Go home to America. The citizens of other countries are telling American citizens, leave us. America no longer have friends. America and England deposited little brother Israel on foreign soil. The Palestinians, which is Arab land,